Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my class. As you know, in previous class we started the chapter 6, that is annual wealth analysis, and discussed few concepts. For example, we discussed few basics of annual wealth analysis, like what are different names of annual wealth, equivalent annual worth, equivalent annual cost, and equivalent uniform annual cost. And we also discussed the relationship between annual worth, present worth, and future worth. In other words, how to calculate annual worth if we are given with present worth or future worth. So if we are given with present worth, we need to use A over P factor, and if we are given future worth or future value, then we'll use A over factor to convert annual worth. Then we established an other fact that the annual birth value for one life cycle is the annual birth value for all future life cycles, or in other terms, if you calculate annual birth value for one life cycle, it will stay same or it will remain same for rest of the life cycles. And we proved it with an example that is here. Now the next topic that we have to start in this chapter is to discuss assumptions of annual worth method. So the services provided are needed for at least the LCM of the lives of the alternatives. Then the second assumption is the selected alternative will be repeated for succeeding life cycles in exactly the same manner as for the first life cycles. Means no changes will be made in coming life cycles. All cash flows will have the same estimated values in every life cycles. Mean initial investment, annual operating expenditures, and salvage value should stay same in each life cycle. If first two assumptions are not reasonable, a study period must be used. Then for third assumption, if cash flows are expected to change exactly with the inflation or deflation rate, it's okay. If not, new cash flow estimates must be made for each life cycle, and again a study period must be used. So these are few assumptions that we need to follow while using annual worth method. And now the next thing is, what are the advantages and uses of annual worth method. Annual worth method offers a prime computational and interpretation advantage because the annual worth value needs to be calculated for only one cycle. In annual worth method, it is not necessary to use the LCM of lives to satisfy the equal service requirement because annual worth for one life cycle is the same as annual worth for all future life cycles. Then annual worth is more desirable compared to present worth because annual worth is easy to calculate. Annual worth is easy to understand as expressed in dollars or rupees or any other currency per year. So its assumptions are identical to those of the present worth method, such as the equal life services or same cash flows in each life cycle. Then calculation of annual worth. An alternative have the following cash flow estimates. First of all, initial investment, and here is a brief definition of initial investment. This is the total first cost of all assets and services required to initiate the alternative. Sometimes this investment take place over several years. So in other words, or simple words, if you say if you are going to start a business, the amount that you invest at the start is known as initial investment, and it might possible that further investment may be needed in coming years when business started to grow. Then the next thing is salvage value. So this is the terminal estimated value of assets at the end of their useful life. So if you if you are working or using an asset, let's take a simple example. If you have a cell phone or a laptop whose life is 3 years or 5 years, and after 5 years or after the useful life has expired, you decided to dispose of the asset, and still this asset has some value in it, and if you sell it in a scrap market and you will get some money. So the money that you will receive by selling an asset after its useful life has expired, this amount that you will receive is known as salvage value of that particular asset. So the S is 0 if no salvage value is anticipated, and S is negative when it will cost money to dispose of the assets. For study periods shorter than the useful life, S is the estimated market value or trade in value at the end of the study period. So if the study period is less than the useful life of an asset, and you dispose of that asset in market value and you will get some money, then in that case the market price after the study period will be known as salvage value of that asset. An annual amount or annual expenditure amount or annual maintenance expenditure, this is the equivalent annual amount, costs only for cost alternatives, costs and receipts for revenue alternatives. Often this is the annual operating cost or maintenance and operations cost. So the estimate is already an equivalent A value because this is given in terms of years. That's why we do not need to convert these annual expenditures or annual amounts in equivalent annual amounts. So these are three basic ingredients. Initial investment, salvage value, and annual amount that we have to use while solving any problem involving annual worth. Then how to calculate annual worth? So the annual worth is equal to capital recovery plus annual expenditures. So here CR represents capital recovery. So capital recovery for initial investment at minimum attractive rate of return or given rate of interest. Then A represents equivalent annual amount. Now let's discuss how we can calculate capital recovery amount. So capital recovery is the equivalent annual amount that the asset, process or system must earn each year to just recover the initial investment plus a stated rate of return over its expected life. It means your minimum acceptable rate of return or the amount that you must earn on your initial investment is known as capital recovery amount. Any expected salvage value is also considered in the computation of capital recovery, because if the asset has expired, it will give you some cash inflow and that will go back to your capital amount. So that's why this will be the part of capital recovery amount. So here is the formula to calculate capital recovery amount. So capital recovery is equal to present worth into A over P factor for given rate of interest and number of years, plus salvage value A over F factor for given rate of interest and number of years. Here if you see, we have a negative sign with present amount and positive sign with salvage value. So negative sign with present worth demonstrate that this is a cash outflow because we have to invest something at start. Then we need to calculate its annual worth. And in case of salvage value, once the asset is expired and by selling or disposing of that asset, we are getting some money. This is a cash inflow. That's why salvage value is written in positive terms. So capital recovery is equal to minus present worth into A over P factor for given rate of interest and number of years. What we are doing, we are converting this present amount into equivalent annual amount, and this salvage value, that is a future amount, into an equivalent annual amount, and then we'll add both to have capital recovery amount. So we have another equally correct way to determine capital recovery amount. There is a relation between the A over P factor and A over F factor. A over F factor is equal to A over P factor minus rate of interest. Now both factors are used in the capital recovery equation. So here is the previous formula. Capital recovery is equal to minus P into A over P factor for given rate of interest and number of years plus salvage value with A over F factor for given rate of interest and number of years. Now we can substitute for the A over F factor to obtain. So what we'll do, we'll replace A over F factor with A over P factor minus rate of interest. So minus P, A over P factor, rate of interest, number of years, this thing is same, plus S. Now here we have replaced A over F factor with A over P factor minus rate of interest. Now if we further solve this equation, this formula will become this. Capital recovery is equal to minus I P minus S into A over P factor plus salvage value multiplied by rate of interest. So we can use this formula or the formula discussed in the previous slide here, this one. Both will provide the same result. Now let's discuss an example. Lockheed Martin is increasing its booster thrust power in order to win more satellite launch contracts from European companies interested in opening up new global communications markets. A piece of Earth-based tracking equipment is expected to require an investment of $13 million, with $8 million committed now and the remaining $5 million expected at the end of year one of the project. Now the total investment is $13 million, $8 million will be invested at time zero, and $5 million will be invested after 1 year. Annual operating costs for the system are expected to start the first year and continue at $0.9 million per year. So the annual operating costs are $0.9 million throughout the life of the project. The useful life of the tracker is 8 years with the salvage value of $0.5 million. So the useful life is 8 years and the salvage value is $0.5 million. We need to calculate the capital recovery and annual worth values for the system if the corporate minimum attractive rate of interest is 12% per year. Let's start with calculating capital recovery. So here we have a cash flow diagram. If you remember, total investment is $13 million. Means in terms of investment, outflow will be $13 million. And these amounts are given in terms of millions. $8 million at time zero here, then $5 million after 1 year. Then $0.9 million are annual operating expenditures starting from year one and continuing until the end of that project, that is 8th year. Then at the end of 8th year, we have salvage value of $0.5 million. This is a positive cash flow. So here we can calculate capital recovery in millions is given as. So the formula for calculating capital recovery is equal to minus P into A over P factor for given rate of interest and number of years plus salvage value and A over F factor for given rate of interest and number of years. Now the initial investment is coming in 2 phases. So first what we need to do, we need to calculate present worth of this initial investment. So present worth at time zero, 8 million. So this amount is already at time zero. We'll write it as it is, 8 million. Then 5 million is coming at the end of first year and we need to convert it at time zero. So we'll use P over F factor for 1 year, assuming this 5 million as future amount and we'll have to convert it at present amount at time zero. So for 5 million, P over F factor for 12%, that is rate of interest, and N, that is time period between time zero and 1 year, from where the investment of 5 million is coming. So 5 million into P over F factor for 12% and 1 year. This will be equal to $4.46. Once added with $8 million initial investment, so the total present worth of investment will be $12.46 million. Now we have the present worth of investment and future worth, that is salvage value. So we can apply the formula of capital recovery. So 12.46 A over P factor for 12% and number of years are 8. Then 0.5 million is coming at the end of 8th year and we have to convert it in 8 equivalent amounts. So we'll use A over F factor for 12% rate of interest and 8 years. The factor value for 12% and 8 years A over P factor is 0.20130 and for A over F factor for 12% and 8 years is 0.08130. So the final amount will be $2.47 million outflows, a negative amount. Now here is the interpretation of this amount. It means that each and every year for 8 years, the equivalent total net revenue from the tracker must be at least $2.47 million just to recover the initial investment plus the required return of 12% per year. So this doesn't include the annual operating cost of $0.9 million each year. In simple words, that each year this project should earn $2.47 million to return the initial investment plus the 12% rate of return or rate of interest that the company may have to pay to the financial institution from whom the initial investment was borrowed. Now, the next thing is annual worth. To determine annual worth, the cash flows must be converted to an equivalent annual worth series over 8 years. Now, annual worth need to be calculated. Capital recovery is $2.47 million per year and annual cost is 0.9. What we can do, we can add both. Annual worth is equal to capital recovery plus annual operating expenditures. Minus 2.47 minus 0.9 because both are cash outflows. So the annual worth will be $3.37 million per year. The interpretation of this annual worth is that 3.37 million is the annual worth for all future life cycles of 8 years, provided the costs rise at the same rate as inflation and the same costs and services are expected to apply for each succeeding year, life cycle. I hope the difference between capital recovery and annual worth is clear for everyone. Capital recovery is the sum of the return on initial investment plus salvage value, and on the other hand, annual worth is the sum of capital recovery and annual expenditures. Now the next topic is annual worth analysis for mutually exclusive events. We have already established what we mean by mutually exclusive events in the chapter 5. Let me remind you again, mutually exclusive events or projects are those who compete against each other, and the selection of one alternative or one event or one mutually exclusive project will lead to rejection of all other mutually exclusive projects. First of all, we have to convert all cash flows to equivalent uniform annual amounts over the planning horizon using the MARR. Then second, for mutually exclusive alternatives, whether cost or revenue based, the guidelines are as follows. In case of one alternative, if annual worth is greater than or equal to 0, the alternative is economically justified and we'll select it in case of one alternative. If we have two or more alternatives, we have to select the alternative with the annual worth that is numerically largest, that is less negative or more positive. In other words, in case of cost alternatives, we'll select the option that is with less negative annual worth, and in case of revenue alternatives, we'll accept the alternative that is giving us more positive annual worth. This indicates a lower annual worth of cost for cost alternatives or a larger annual worth of net cash flows for revenue alternatives. Then the next thing is how to conduct annual worth analysis for independent events or independent projects. So in case of independent events or projects, we can select any number of projects if annual worth is greater than 0, depending on the availability of funds. And independent projects compete with the do nothing option. If the independent projects are giving better results than the do nothing option, will apply independent project. If the independent projects are not giving better results than the do nothing option, then we'll continue with the do nothing option. If the projects are independent, the annual worth at the minimum attractive rate of return is calculated. All projects with annual worth greater than or equal to 0 are acceptable. Not necessary to use least common multiple of lives for different life alternatives while using annual worth. It doesn't matter if it is mutually exclusive or independent event, because we have already established the fact that the annual worth calculated for one life cycle will be the same for rest of the life cycles. Let's have an example. TT Racing and Performance Motor Corporation want to evaluate two alternative CNC machines for NHRA engine building. Use the annual worth method at 10% per year to select the better alternative. So here we have two options, vendor A and vendor B. First cost of both options is $250,000 and $370,000, 500 respectively. Then annual worth or annual cost per year is 40,000 and 50,000 for both projects. Salvage value of project A is 20,000 and B is $30,000. Life of vendor A's project is 3 years and B is 5 years. And we are also given with factor values or factor tables at 10% rate of interest at 3 years, 5 years, and 15 years. Now we have to decide whether we have to use for 3 years, 5 years, or for LCM of lives. So if you remember, in case of annual worth analysis, we do not need to calculate LCM and then perform calculations for each life cycle. We can continue with one life cycle for both project and compare them, because annual worth calculated for one cycle will remain same for other life cycles as well. So let's start by solving this problem. First of all, we'll calculate annual worth of machine A. So first of all, we need to capital recovery, that is based on present worth, and annual worth from present worth, and annual worth of salvage value. And then we'll add annual expenditure in capital recovery to have annual worth. So here, if you remember, initial investment is 250,000. This is a present amount and we need to convert it in annual amount. So we'll use A over P factor, and salvage value is a future amount, and we'll use A over F factor to calculate annual worth from a future amount. So A over F factor for 10% and 3 years, and A over P factor for 10% 3 years with 250,000. Factor values are 0.40211 for A over P factor, and for A over F factor 0.30211. And for $40,000, we do not need to use any factor value because this is already an annual amount. So after calculating, the final amount will be $134,485. This is annual worth of machine A. Now similarly, we can calculate the annual worth of machine B. We'll calculate annual worth by using A over P factor for $370,000 and $500. 50,000 will remain as it is, and salvage value will be converted into annual worth by using A over F factor for 10% and 5 years. Factor values are 0.26380 and 0.16380 respectively. And the final amount of annual worth for machine B will be $142,824. Now we have to select the best project, and we have defined the criteria in case of multiple projects. The one with lowest negative annual worth or highest positive annual worth. So these are cost alternatives. Here we'll use the criteria of lowest negative annual worth. So in comparison between A and B, A has the lowest or less negative annual worth, which is $134,485. So this project will be selected. I hope this lecture or the topics that we discussed in this video are clear for everyone. If you have any question, please feel free to ask your queries. And I will see you with the next video. Allah Hafiz, bye bye.